The 14-0 Katy Tigers took on the 12-2 Johnson Jaguars from San Antonio, a squad that had beaten 3 San Antonio area teams that had won district titles. Well, let's go to the highlights and find out what happened right here at Reliant Stadium. Katy coming out of the tunnel looking for their 12th state finals appearance in the last 21 years. Simply amazing. But they would have to beat the Jaguars, who were the Cinderella team of the state. No question about it. All signs before the game indicated a big Tiger win. But early on, all signs pointed towards a competitive ball game. Johnson stopped the Tigers on their first possession and caught a break with a bad snap on a Katy punt. Even though this ball was caught, it was still well short of the first down, and that gave the Jaguars the ball around midfield and left the Katy Tiger mascot in a not-so-holiday mood, but he wouldn't have to worry too long. Johnson could not take advantage of the mistake as quarterback Hunter Ritterman was sacked by Colin Wilder on 4th and 1. Little did any of the 17,000 fans know that Johnson would not take another snap in Katy territory until the 4th quarter, and by then, the game had been long decided. On the Tigers' next possession, the running attack got going. First, Kyle Porter dragged a Jaguar defender about 5 yards for a first down. Then, Lady Bird Johnson learned the 2 scariest words in Houston area high school football: Rodney Anderson. He plows his way into the end zone for a 3-yard score that gave Katy a 7-0 lead after the first quarter. Katy quarterback Garrett Dorn was just 3 for 9 passing for 29 yards, but one of those completions was to Logan Oddie. Nice grab to move the chains. The drive stalled, but Manny Mendoza hit a 47-yard field goal to give Katy a 10-0 early lead in the second quarter. Next Tiger possession, Porter about to get tackled for a no gain, but he steps over his own teammate and picks up the first down. After a long Anderson run, Porter finishes off the drive from 12 yards out. 17-0 Katy. Johnson was unable to ever establish their offense as play after play, they went for no gain or less. And a pass that could have been a big play in the first quarter was dropped. In fact, Johnson did not get into positive yardage until there were about 5 minutes left in the half. While Johnson struggled, Anderson was busy running around and through the Jaguars as this 77-yard touchdown run put Katy up 24-0 heading into the locker room. Johnson as a team could not reach 77 yards of offense until their final drive of the game. The second half was a complete landslide for Katy as the Tigers scored 3 touchdowns in a span of 4 minutes. Anderson started it off with a 5-yard touchdown run into the umpire. Porter scored from a yard out, and then Trent Finley got into the fun with a 1-yard touchdown run. Anderson ran for 225 yards on just 17 carries. Porter had 128 yards on 14 carries. That's more than 11 yards per carry for those of you scoring at home. Both got to enjoy the fourth quarter on the bench, raising their helmets in tradition and in a toast. Anderson and Porter were quick to point out that none of their yards would have been possible without their big offensive line.
We give a lot of the credit to our offensive line and our fullbacks for doing a great job of blocking for us. I mean, without them, we couldn't really do what we do.
We had a great week of practice, and, we were able to execute our offense really well, and that was the reason for us to, be able to put them out.
Katy spells another state championship appearance as head coach Gary Joseph congratulates Johnson head coach Ron Ritterman on a great Cinderella run, but the clock struck midnight on Lady Bird Johnson. Katy pitches the shutout 52-0, a historic moment as Johnson was shut out for only the second time in school history and the first since 2008. That was the first year of the program.
We knew we had to make some stops, so we knew that they had a good offense, and we knew that, I knew that, we could move the football, and we just had to sit there and get back in sync and get in rhythm and stuff. But, it was kind of start off poor kickoff coverage and, the punt. I think once the nerves got out of the way, the kids played well.
And we didn't play our best, but I give them a lot of credit for that. I'm still real proud of what our kids did, what they've accomplished, and this is going to sting. It's going to sting for a while, but we're going to be okay and look back on this and say it was a great year.
Final numbers to throw at you, 486-9. Yeah, that was the rushing totals that Katy was able to put on Johnson. In fact, they had 31 first downs to only 6 for the Jaguars. So very impressive for Katy, who also pitches the shutout in this 52-0 victory. Next up for Katy will be the Cedar Hill Longhorns. The game will be played at AT&T Stadium, home of the Cowboys up in Arlington. We'll have it for you here on MaxPreps Sports. I'm Jeff Power here at Reliant Stadium.